A much better version of us today. Obviously, with this a feeling of not getting the result in front of our fans, and considering those goals in the second half, it was painful for us. But the overall thing I say that it was much better version of our team today, and the boys, the youngsters, played a good game, and not much disappointed. A very competitive game as always against Miami. I thought our first half tactically, and the boys did a great job. In the second half, we get unorganized, especially in that last third where Miami is lethal. You cannot give those spaces. We knew, and we conceded, and then we conceded goals.
Start with Austin and then Michael.
Oscar, you kind of touched on just the tale of two halves in the second game in a row where it's kind of been a lot of adjustments. This game you started off well. What have you kind of just seen from the team in terms of trying to find that consistency within a 90-minute stretch?
Well, we're aiming for consistency, but we're not having any consistency. Of course, injuries and have to stop the players and very important moments, things like that. That sounds more like excuses, but yeah, difficult, yes, but we should be able to deal with it though.
Oscar, Martín said that he felt like the team got pushed too low in the second half, and that's why the counterattack was not as effective in the second half. They weren't able to break out because they were too far away from goal. Is that what you saw out there, and did Miami change anything at the half to make those breakouts more difficult for you guys?
And right, they get wide open, the wingers, with the inclusion of Silvetti, so they went more line out in the second half immediately. That made us not drop, but we needed to extend our line also, or go in a different structure. But we wanted to keep the way we played in the first half. There was no point just to change things, knowing that we had a proposal that was working. I thought they made us drop just because they have more consistency in the middle, keeping the ball better, having more creativity there, and we couldn't keep the ball longer in moments where we recovered it. And then the counters were much more limited as well, because in the first half we could have much more possession when we got the ball back, and then we could sustain it a little longer, and then we created spaces and we created options to score. In the second half, it was, as you mentioned and Martín said, it was limited, but was a lack of consistency in the middle to keep it. We didn't keep the ball enough, and that made us obviously concede much more territory, and we were winning, but it was logical that you concede in territory, then you are more exposed to concede some shots like the ones that they had, and we have the line control, but they were taking shots in the line of the 18, so it was too close for us.
Luis Carlos.
¿Qué tal? Luis Carlos Pineda, la Para Orlando. Profe, quería preguntarle sobre la actitud del primer tiempo, sobre todo en los más jóvenes, ¿no? Hoy día debutó Tahir Reid-Brown, también con Lingaski tuvo el trabajo de marcar también a Messi, a De Paul. ¿Qué nos puede decir de este nueva unión de mucha sangre joven dentro del equipo, y cómo hizo usted durante la semana para motivarlos para que salgan de esa manera en el primer tiempo? Gracias.
Bueno, realmente fue algo positivo, que a este punto, pues tan pronto después de terminar el juego, a veces uno no lo ve, pero la energía que trajo Colin, la energía que trajo Tahir, realmente nos refrescó mucho. Nos costó mantenerlo a lo largo del juego, pero realmente para ellos es un bono bastante importante poder haber competido hoy. Los va a ir adentrando mucho más en lo que es la competencia en primera división, estos partidos que son importantes, cruciales, emocionales. Lo hicieron muy bien ellos. Y nosotros que estamos ya en la industria con tantos años debemos cargar la responsabilidad de lo que no se hizo bien.
Unfortunately, another injury tonight. You lose Nolan Miller in the middle of the game. He looks like a very gifted player. He looked at ease against a very difficult attack. Just tell us what you've seen from him, and you know, like, I know it's early, but maybe a little bit about what happened out there for him.
Michael, I don't have the report yet. I just know that he went out came out from the game with some problem in his hamstring. Probably it could be analyzed better later. I don't have the report yet, but as you said, yes, he did a great job, and it was his debut, and it started an important game. A bunch of good things from him also, and again, in a game like this, we have to highlight that performance of the boys, we, coach, and also the guys that had experience, and then we put on our shoulders what we did not play well, or we did not do good, but the kids, they were outstanding today. Bueno, yo creo que la memoria de los chicos que debutaron esta noche es una experiencia que ellos la van a cultivar y seguramente la van a reforzar a medida que vengan muchos más partidos. Ahora a nosotros nos queda en ese momento un poco el desazón de haber conseguido 4 goles en el segundo tiempo, pero realmente que hicieron un muy buen trabajo los pelados, ¿cierto? Eso es muy bueno.
Gracias.
Awesome.
Oscar, you're gonna touch on the young players with Tahir getting his first MLS minutes and first MLS start, and Colin getting his first MLS start. I mean, just in a tough situation like this, how much trust did you have in them coming into a game, and what did you kind of tell them coming in as well?
It's an unforgettable night for them, despite of the results. The first time start in the building in that regard against the rival, and a tremendous experience for sure. And we would like to end that in a better story for them. But I don't have any doubt that it will come for them, because this is the first one of many, and the journey is just starting. I have said a number of times today, tonight, we'll, the ones who have been here for many years, we take this in our shoulders. They did a great job, and they made us feel very optimistic, and kudos for them. We all have to fix the other things.
First half was very good, right? We were a team that was very compact. We were very coordinated, and we were doing all of the things that really hurt us in that first game. And then moving into the second half, you know, we were a lot lower, and with the quality of players that they have, we can't give them 1 meter of advantage, right? And I think that was the difference in the game. And we have to work. We have to know that if we have to suffer in those moments, we suffer together as one team and push forward and take advantage of our chances. But that's the work that we have ahead of us now. We were sitting very low, and we were a lot further away from their goal. And I've got a lot to do with that as well, and what we do further up the field, and pressing their goalkeeper and making sure that they're not able to get out of building out of the back so easily. And you know, it's the entire team was just very far away from their goal in the second half, and I think we could feel it and you could see it, and that's the work that we have ahead of us.
En el primer tiempo Orlando tuvo 2 pelotas, 2 goles. En el segundo hubieron oportunidades que se crearon, pero desafortunadamente no se concretaron. ¿Cuál fue la diferencia entre los 2 tiempos en la manera de la actitud? Porque en el primer tiempo hasta los jóvenes empujaron adelante al equipo.
Pienso que el equipo en sí
empujó mucho hoy. Los jóvenes, la verdad que lo hicieron de gran manera. No era un partido fácil, no era como son todos los derbis. Y es felicitarlo a ellos porque se vienen preparando de gran manera y en lo personal los felicito y estoy muy feliz por ellos. Pero acá es el equipo. La única manera de sacar puesto adelante o de seguir creando situaciones todos juntos es el equipo y en lo personal sentí que tuvimos más aproximación el primer tiempo, pero no la concretábamos tanto no concretamos tanto el segundo tiempo como nos pasó el primero, con esas dos llegadas, como decís vos, 2 goles, después fueron más aproximaciones, que el segundo tiempo fueron un poquito más claras y no fueron tantas, bueno, repetir. Este es un trabajo de todos juntos salir adelante, de los más grandes, de los más referentes, empujar a los más chicos, que no tengan esa presión de que es todo de ellos, es apoyarlos, que disfruten el fútbol y la responsabilidad de todos los más grandes y bueno, repetir. La única manera de esto es salir todos juntos adelante.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the team, right? But specifically those younger guys, they played a great game and they did it in a great way, and I want to congratulate them because they prepared the right way and pushed and stayed ready for their moments, and they played great today. So I want to give them congratulations for the work that they did. But I think as a team, you know, we had a lot of chances and we're creating a lot in the first half, but we have to finish those, right? We were able to score 2 goals and we had more chances that we created in the first half, and I think the second half wasn't as clear as the first half was in those opportunities. But the only way, I'll repeat, to push forward is together as a team, doing the work, pushing forward and trying to correct those mistakes. I mean, I think it sincerely hurts, right? It's a tough game, and we trained well all week, and we were putting in the work all week. But you know, it hurts, right? It's a derby. It's here in front of our fans. It's here at home, and it hurts a lot, especially after the first half that we had being 2-0 and having those opportunities. But it hurts. It hurts a lot. So again, I'll say the only way to push forward is as a team, continue to do the work. Have confidence in myself, my teammates, the technical staff that we're going to put in the work to get better and correct these mistakes. And happy, right? Because I was looking for it in the last match day, and I'll say what I said in interviews in the weeks before, right? That I know the responsibility that I have. I know that I need to create more goals and create more opportunities there, and I take that on myself and that responsibility. But you know, really happy with the goal, and especially for Griffin because he's adapting the team really well, and him being able to bring me into that play and work with me on that is great. So I'll say it again, you know, we pushed together forward as a team, but just really happy as the young guys and the new guys start to adapt more, because that gives us confidence as we move forward in the season. Thank you much.
Yeah, a little bit. We knew that their attacking players didn't really track back, so I mean, didn't really defend when we were attacking. So we had to keep that in mind and make sure that we know that their guys like to stay on the left side and drift in those areas, so it can create overload. So we knew that we need to have a good matchup there with Ivan coming back. I mean, it stings a little bit more, especially going into halftime 2-0 up and just being confident and all that type of stuff. But the ball's around at the end of the day, so it's just up to us to look at what we could have done better and go into next weekend. They were very communicative and very positive with me throughout the whole week, even in training. So having them with me, I felt good and composed, and I knew that they had my back.
In the first half, Allende play on your side. Was there anything Oscar before the game told you on how to mark him? He pretty much was the goal scorer last year for Inter, and you pretty much had him on check.
Yeah, I knew that. Well, we watch film and we know that it doesn't really like to receive the ball to feet. It's more into the space. So if you watch like the first half, especially a couple of times, he called me out with especially Messi coming in and chipping the ball over. So yeah, I just mainly had to watch out for that. And I know that once he plays in front of me, I knew I was good there. So it was just making sure I watched the ball in behind.
Thank you.
Games have been, last 2 games have been kind of.
What was your biggest takeaway, like this being your MLS debut and it being such a big game for you?
My biggest takeaway, honestly, was just I would say always on go. I mean, never switching off. There's never a moment of rest in the MLS. So just making sure that I'm always switched on, and it's the little details and very communicative team, just making sure you're always communicating, and it's the little details that make the difference in the MLS rather than academy or OCD. So.
Change a little bit the formation, but this was not a problem. Like I said, it was 2 mistakes where you're not concentrated enough, and after then they out of these two mistakes they make 2 goals, and like I said, the goals after I don't want to say something about this.
Can you walk us through your goal that Ivan found you on to start the scoring?
Yeah, I mean it's nice to score. It would be nicer if we win today and have the 3 points. That is what we train, like every day in training. So we have a good connection in front. Now we have to train more, do everything that we win the next game, and be positive. I'm not positive now, but I will be.
Do you feel there's improvement from the first game to this game, regardless of the results?
I feel improvement. We saw in the first half that we were good, and like the second half against Red Bull New York, but some things is like you have to be 100% the whole game. And yeah, against Miami, against Messi, you can not make easy mistakes, then you're gonna make a goal.
It really stinks to lose, but is it stink double when it's considered a bitter rival?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, but every game you lose is hard. I don't like losing, I hate it, so every game is hard to lose.
What can you say about the attitude of the young Lions that played today? Some of the newcomers to the
Miller
team.
did it really good. I think he's going to be a good leader in the defense, but it takes time, of course. He came out from the college, so he have to make a lot of steps forward, but he will make it. I believe in it. Gaski did it good. And I cannot say anything bad about the guys. Yeah, they did everything. They play against the best player in the world, and so it's difficult. And he was on their side, so I can say only respect for this game, and we keep going.
What do you guys need to look ahead into your next game?
That's something what we have to take into.